Is that recording? Yes, it's recording.
Awesome.
There you go.
Est-ce qu'on se fait ça comme ça?
Ouais, si tu veux, on peut se clipper.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay. So welcome back, everybody.
Welcome.
My name is Andres, and this is Charles.
My name is Charles, yeah.
And so we
This
just...
is Nat.
This is Nat, who's not here because it's Valentine's Day, and we're the only single people in pitch practice. And so we just had a meeting with other single people in the pitch practice, and it was cool. We tried something new. Actually, Charles, I'd like your input on it. Can you tell everybody what we did?
Yeah, so basically because it was a much more smaller group, we went more intimate into the business of everyone, like the current problem everyone is facing. And then at the end, because we didn't really have the subject and learning phase, we just went into improv, which turned out to be really great.
Yeah, it was fun. And especially because, you know, the first portion that I wanted to emphasize, trying to learn about other people's businesses, is to give more of like importance to our community in the sense of like, we're not just here to practice sales, we're not just here to small talk. You know, we're entrepreneurs, we're business people, we have ambitions, we have projects and everything. And I think everybody has a lot to benefit from each other's experience, either successes or failures, and we just grow together. And I think that's a thing that we don't consider enough in our daily lives. What was it, the sum of five? Yeah. I think that you are the sum of the average 5 people that you hang out with the most.
100%.
And so if you come hang out with us, I don't know, well, we have chocolates, we have brownies, and we solve problems. Oh, we try to. But, yeah.
And can I make a confidence?
Sure.
It's the first time in my 29 years, soon 30, that I didn't feel alone in Saint Valentine's.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Yeah, all the single people, let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that. Did you have fun?
I did. Actually, I did. It was really fun. Like, it was like really laid back, and we learned a lot. And actually, you know, sometimes it's nice to network, but doing this mastermind, mini mastermind, you really see the value of the network, because sometimes you have someone else have a connection that can help you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which turned out to be, like in my case, true for example, one of our members that has a reference to what I do, my industry, the creative world. So
yeah. Actually, do you mind talking about that, about your industry and what you do?
Yeah. So just a recap. I do. Now focus on podcast creation and I would say clip creation for our clients.
Okay.
I really love podcasts because it's raw and it's a natural discussion. Doesn't have to be scripted or anything. Yes, maybe you can have like a scripted list of questions and you go through it, but it's really about, you know, active listening, being authentic, and building an audience that way. And you know, it's really great.
Yeah, just being yourself and talk about things that you like.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. And what was the connection? What does that bring you?
Not sure yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Like, I always like to set my expectations to zero and see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And because you've been to, well, I know this, but you've been to a lot of networking events in the past. How do you connect with people? Or actually, in these events, what is the thing that they have in common, that people going to these events have in common? Because I asked this because in pitch practice, I mean, we're entrepreneurs and we want to get better at sales. So we have that in common, and we network, and then we learn about each other. So my question is, for the network events that you go to, what is the thing that brings them together?
It's a good question, Andres. It really depends on the type of event and the targeted population that goes to these events. Like, I mostly try to go out of my comfort zone and went to like more entrepreneurs type of events. Like, for example, tomorrow Elio is going to Elevate,
right?
Which I wanted to go, but I felt like I wanna do it more low key this year, like just try to focus on one thing.
Okay.
And what all these events have in common is really driven people that want to do an impact in the on the world, and it's really the ego of these people that emanate from each.
The ego.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
It's really like it's hard to tell, but like you see it by their presence, how they're dressed, how they talk to other people, you know, how they're positioning themselves with who they are, you know.
Okay.
Going to talk, is it with the main host of the event, or is it with their small group of people? So yeah.
So it's very like status driven.
Yes.
Okay.
Status is part of it. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think we have that here.
No.
I think everybody here is kind of like in the same boat where we're starting out and we're trying to figure things out as we
Exactly.
go. But yeah, I think I like that because it's a lot easier to connect among ourselves than if someone who's been in the business for like 20 years. I mean, what would you even do here, you know?
Yes.
And no, I think I like our group. And it's funny that we did the improv, and Elio, who's been away for like a month because he's been traveling, he was on like sort of a vacation, but not really. He came back and he noticed immediately how we improved.
Yeah.
Because he missed out on a month's worth of meetings, even a little bit more than that. And in like a month and a half, he quickly noticed how well or how better we've become. It surprised me
100%.
because I don't see that. I don't see the little steps. I see like how we were 3 months ago, 4 months ago. That's a big gap. But a month and a half,
Yeah.
that much,
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah, I feel like a month and a half is where you start to get value from the practice. Of course, you have to be consistent, but definitely, like I even feel it with our members that already have more experience
Yeah.
in sales. Like
Yeah.
even them, they improved
Yeah.
in their way of their presence, the way they talk, the way they ask questions. Definitely big improvements.
Yeah, especially perceptions or like false beliefs, because usually that happens when you start to get good at something. You think that, oh, well, I got nothing left to learn, but you do.
Yes.
There's a certain perspective that I may have that clashes with yours, and maybe you learn something from it, and I learn from you too. So it's always beneficial to. You're never an expert at something, like know 100% of everything. So there's always room for improvement and to learn.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. So, today I was the pitch master, so I was leading the meeting, and I wanted to do the improv because I felt like with the group that we had today, we were able to have fun with it, first of all, but also I think we're pretty quick on our feet, and we adapt very well to different situations, different concepts or obstacles that may come in our way. And so I want you to tell me, how did you find, or actually explain what we did?
Yeah, so actually that's a good question, Andres. So basically we just went up front. So one I would say two people facing each other.
Yeah.
We have the business and the client.
Yeah.
And the client has a specific need, and the business is the solution.
Yeah.
So like problem, solution, and it was just like like the improv is really simple. It's just like asking questions, transacting what are the needs of the client. I really also like the fact that you use your strengths of noticing, how people do stuff, and to ask them to switch if they did something not as efficient or not that good. Switch. Okay, improve that question, or here you didn't ask a question. Ask a question.
Yeah.
Or this is a better way to ask a question. So I like the fact that you used that skills of yours to help people out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, it's something that I've noticed a lot. Some members like to prescribe solutions too quickly without asking too many questions. So it was kind of like my opportunity to get them uncomfortable and try to nudge them in a more diagnosing mindset. And yeah, I think another thing that helped a lot is that they didn't know what they were selling. So I told them specifically, you don't know what it is, what your business is. The client knows what they want, what their problem is, and it's, let's say I'm the client and you're the business, it's your duty to figure out what I need and what I want.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's important to ask questions, and that's part of the reason why I did that is you have no information, so you're forced to ask questions. And I think it's very important to do that because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you do or what you offer. You're there to help the client and you're there to ask questions and to understand and be empathetic. So I think that's the way that we should go about it. Never sell exactly what you offer, but just be helpful.
Exactly.
Awesome.
What is something you would leave the audience today with everything we learned, or?
That's a good question. I think it would be to be curious, ask a lot of questions. Like genuinely, when someone talks to you about anything, just ask questions. You know, dig deeper. Try to. If you're already good at asking questions, just keep going deeper, and try to be more creative on the questions that you ask. I think it's a lot more engaging, and it gives you more clarity or a better perspective on the person and what they feel, what they say, what they mean, and everything. I think it's a lot beneficial. I think we have better conversations that way.
Yes.
What do you think?
I 100% agree, and I think having a successful business is already having clarity of everything, the sales process, you know, how you want the lead or the client's journey to be.
Yeah.
And it's not easy actually to have this clarity, and you know, in a way, pitch practice is helping also with all this process, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we ask a lot of questions, and you know, today we improv and we sold things that we don't know about, that we know nothing about. But usually we pitch our businesses, we pitch our services, and because we know our members and because we've seen them do it a lot of times, we know what they do, we know what they sell, and so we naturally end up asking questions and having more information that they don't know how to answer sometimes. And so the clarity that you speak of is gained through just practicing your pitch. And yeah, that's a good point. That's very beneficial.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Charles, for sitting down with me. I'm hungry, so this is going to be the end of this episode. Hopefully, Natalie will be here next time. St. Valentine's. So happy Valentine's Day, and see you soon. See you next week.
See you next week. Okay, Andres, let's eat.
Let's eat.